recognize that this is a humanitarian crisis. So kind of to get over our politics and see that, I think, I can't remember who said this, but I think someone from the UN said this is the worst humanitarian crisis they've had. No.
What are your personal experience of being out there?
Absolutely not. I don't.
Why do you feel that is?
I think
because they usually jump on everything. Britain's usually good for that when people.
Jordan, 750,000, almost 1 million refugees. Lebanon also, but how many? You know, as a woman, we could go in Syria where men couldn't go. We could sneak in medication and supplies, and she said, you know, we're a nonviolent movement. You know, we want our freedom. So I met incredibly strong women within. So, I mean, it's not an easy decision to pack up your stuff and go. And I asked, one question I kept asking the women that I met is what made you finally leave? What made your family finally pack up your things and say it's no longer safe? And they said the most common answer I got was airplanes. They could go to a different part of town, they could go to a different part of the village, but when the airplanes came, they had no idea where they would come. What I've been seeing happening with Syria, I've been seeing non-Syrians really playing on this sectarianism. They're like, oh, look, our Sunni brothers and sisters are getting killed in Syria.
But that, sister, I think is all to do with what's been shown to the outside world.
State, there'll be another 10 little balkanized states instead of the one Syria, which we have right now.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine. Hi, my name's Maria, and I'm calling from London. I'm a colleague of Thawab from Jordan. You know, these women are portrayed as being kind of very vulnerable and illiterate and incapable of advocating for themselves, when in fact it's quite the opposite. I mean, a lot of these women may be stepping into new roles for the first time as heads of household, but they do so with such integrity and such power.
No,
So
I mean,
economical
we could look at the colonial history of Syria and how the French helped militarize the Alawis. And I asked specifically this one woman who I mentioned earlier with the 2 sons. I said, if you could request something of Syrians that live outside of Syria and people that live outside of Syria, what would you request of them? And she said, what I request is that we just feel compassion towards each other. I just want that we feel compassion for each other, that if, for example, you have this bite of food to eat and you see me here hungry, then you are unable to eat this alone.